We are doing the second part of issue of shares. What do I mean by issue of shares?
Issuing share to the public.
Okay, I am issuing share to the public. When I'm issuing share to the public means what?
Ma'am, allotting some part of your company to a public by
Okay,
collecting them.
you are asking people, you are asking people that please come and become owners of my company. Yes? When I am
Yes.
issuing shares to the public, that means I'm asking the people that you can come and you can become owners of my company. I am available for you. Yes? When I ask them to become owners of the company, that means they are going to give me something which is called capital.
Yes.
And capital always has what balance?
Credit balance.
Capital always has what balance?
Credit
Credit
balance.
balance.
Credit balance. Very good. So what are the steps that we follow when I issue the share? First, I will offer the shares to the public.
Okay.
Then people will apply for the shares, which I can say that the people will subscribe the shares. Are you with me?
Yes.
After
Yes,
they
ma'am.
subscribe the shares, what will happen? I will allot them the shares.
Yes, ma'am.
After the allotment of shares is done, I can do my first, second, or third call. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes. Ma'am.
First, I offer the public that come and buy shares. That means I issue shares.
Yes.
Then the public will apply for the shares. After they apply, I will allot them the shares. Then I can do my first, second, and third call. Now,
Okay.
when I am giving the shares to the public, or I say when I am issuing the shares, I can issue shares at two phases. I can issue the shares at par. I can issue the shares at premium. What does this mean?
Uh, Par means at the face value, premium at
Means,
more than the face value.
Okay,
There's
so
an
when I'm
investment.
issuing shares at par, that means if the share is of $10 or rupees 10, I will issue at 10. Yes?
Yes.
If the share is of 10, I will issue it at 10. Can you tell me how much money will become the share capital?
It will be 10.
Will
100,
be
right?
10. Very good.
Sorry, sorry. 10,
Are
10.
you with me?
yes. Ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. When I issue the shares at premium, okay, premium means extra price.
Okay.
That means I'm issuing the share of $10 or I could say of rupee 10 at rupees 12.
Yes.
Okay, that means the share is actually for 10 and I am asking people to pay me 12. Can you tell me what money will go to the share capital?
Uh, 10.
Money
10 will
that
go to
will go
share
to the
capital.
share capital is 10. So
Yes.
what about that extra $2?
It will go to
We
securities
go to
premium.
This is
security premium.
my profit, which I say this is a capital profit, and this will go to my securities premium. Are you with me?
Yes. Ma'am.
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
have two ways that I can issue shares. I can issue shares at par. I can issue shares at premium. I can also issue them at discount. That's not an issue. But under any three circumstances, the money that will go to share capital will always be 10, the face value. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I am issuing the shares. I am giving people shares. I can ask them to pay me. I can ask them to
Okay.
pay me in full, or I can ask the shareholders to pay me in installments. When I ask them to pay me in full, okay, it is called what? Lump sum. I receive lump sum money. When I ask them to pay me
Yes.
in installments, it becomes the first, second, and third call.
Okay, ma'am.
Are you
Yes,
with
ma'am.
me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell me the stages of issuing the shares?
Stages.
Of issuing shares.
First, application.
First, I offer them.
Yes, application. Then allotment.
Application, allotment, first call, second call.
Okay, very good. So first, always I will receive application money.
Yes.
So can you tell me the journal entry of receiving application money?
Bank debit to application, share application.
So it is bank debit to share application. Okay.
Yes.
What will be the amount?
It will be uh, 10.
Whatever received,
Yes.
whatever is my application money, whatever I have received is the bank to application. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
But this is in lump sum. So I can say, so it is bank to share application and allotment.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes.
And here, whatever received would always be the full amount.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, come on. If I'm issuing at premium, what is the journal entry?
Premium, it
Journal
will be
entry will always
bank.
be the same thing. Bank to share application and share allotment. Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I will always receive the full money because this is in lump sum. Now, after
Yes,
I
ma'am.
receive the application, what will I do?
Allot,
After
allot the share.
application, we'll go allotment.
When I'm allotting the shares means what?
It will be giving them the share.
I'm giving them the shares. So when I'm giving them the shares means what?
Ma'am, share allotment debit to, no, share, applic, share capital debit to share allotment.
See, understand. Capital is always credit. So whenever you are issuing shares, capital will always be credited. Only when you take back the money, you forfeit the shares, at that time you debit capital. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So now you're allotting shares. So when you're allotting shares means what?
We are giving them
You are
the share,
giving them
right?
the shares. When I'm
Yes.
allotting the shares means you're giving them the shares. If you're giving them the shares means what?
Share.
If you're giving them the
Allot,
shares means what?
allotment debit to capital.
If you're giving them the shares means you are creating capital. If you're creating capital means what?
Creating capital, getting the money, we're getting the money, right?
Means share capital will be credited.
Yeah.
Are you with me?
Yes.
Yes.
You're allotting the shares. That means you're giving the shares. That means you're creating capital. And whenever you create capital, share capital will be credit. With what amount?
The face value.
With the face
Yes.
value. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
And this
Yes,
share
ma'am.
application and allotment will now get cancelled. So I will write share application and share allotment debit to share capital account. Are you with me?
Okay. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's do the journal entry. You are issuing the shares at par. You're receiving full money together. Okay. So first,
Okay.
an entry for receiving the application money. What will it be?
First entry for receiving
For
application
receiving
amount.
application money, what will it be?
Bank debit to share application and allotment.
Sure.
And then you're allotting the shares.
Yes.
Yes, allotment. Share application debit to share capital.
Share application and allotment debit to share capital account. Okay. You issue shares at par or you issue shares at premium, the journal entry for receiving application money would remain the same.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, the journal entry for receiving application money would remain the same. But when you're allotting the shares, you definitely have to cancel this account, right?
Yes.
Okay, here you are receiving 12. You definitely have to cancel this account. So you will say share application and share allotment debit because you have to cancel this 12. How much money will go to the share capital?
Share capital the 12. No, sorry, 10. Then security premium.
Share capital 10 and securities premium 2. Capital can never be more than the face value. Are you with me?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay, I'm giving you some time. Understand again, absorb again, write if you want to, memorize, do whatever you want. Give me a green signal, then go ahead. Okay. So, can you again tell me the steps to issue shares?
First, we'll get application money.
First, you offer them, then
Offer
they
them.
apply.
They apply. Then allowed. Then first and
Then
second
first
call.
call, second call, third call. Okay. So I offer them, they apply. If they give me in lump sum, this is the way. If they don't
Okay.
give me in lump sum, it means I am going to receive money in installments. Okay. So I am going to receive money in installments. So first will happen application. Can you give me the entry for application?
Yes, application will be bank debit to application.
I am going to receive the money. I am going to receive the money. So I would say bank debit to share application account. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Then what
Yes,
will
ma'am.
I do?
Then we will allot the
Hmm?
application. Allot.
Okay. Then you will allot.
A lot. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
You're going to
Yes.
receive it.
It will
Then you
be
will accept it. What
yes.
will you do? You will
Accept.
accept the applications. So when I'm
Yes.
accepting the application, I will close the application account.
Okay.
So what entry will I pass?
It will be share application debit to share capital.
I will accept the application. So I will close the application account and I
Yes,
will
ma'am.
create capital. What will I do? I will close the application account and I will create capital. Are you with me?
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Then what will I do?
Then we'll take
First,
allotment
I
money.
receive application money. If I accept the application, I create the capital. Okay.
Okay.
Then starts the allotment stage. And
Okay.
from the allotment stage, I will call for the allotment money. I will call the allotment money and create capital. What will I do? I will call for allotment and create capital. So I would say share allotment debit to share capital account. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Then I will receive allotment money. So when I receive allotment money, what entry will I pass?
Share
Bank
allotment bank
debit,
to
share
share allotment.
allotment. Then I make the first call.
Share first call debit to share capital.
So whenever I call, I create capital. So whenever I call, I create capital. So I say share first call debit to share capital. Then I will receive the first call. So what entry will I pass?
It will be bank debit to share final call.
Bank debit, and this has to be cancelled. So I receive the call and I cancel the call account. So it will be bank debit to share first call.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Come on, can you give me
Yes.
the stages again?
It's not clear.
First, I receive the application, then I accept the application.
Yes.
Then
Give
I
allot.
call for the allotment, I receive the allotment. I call the first call, I receive the first call. Again, we can repeat.
Yes.
First, I
First,
First,
say.
we'll receive the application.
you will receive the application. Then you
Then
will
Accept
we'll
the
accept the
accept.
application,
application.
Then you will call for allotment.
receive the
You will
allotment.
receive allotment. Yes.
Yes.
Call the first call, receive the
Then
first
second.
call.
Yeah.
Okay. So whenever you call the money, I am repeating this statement again. This is the Bible statement that whenever I call, okay, whenever I call, I create capital. And whenever I create capital, that means the share capital is credit. With me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you repeat the steps again?
First, we will receive the application. Then we will accept the application.
And
Then
create
we
capital. Accept the
will create
application
capital
and create
And
capital.
create.
and create capital. Yeah.
Okay.
Then we'll call for allotment and create capital. Then
Call
we
the
will
allotment, receive the allotment. Call
yes.
the first call, receive the first call.
Okay.
Whenever you call, you create capital. Whenever you call, you create capital. Are you with me? Receive application, accept application. Call allotment, receive allotment. Call the first call, receive the first call. Memorize this, I'm waiting for you. When you're issuing shares at premium, hello. When you're issuing shares at premium, can you give me the journal entry to receive application money?
Application money. It will be bank debit to share application.
Bank debit to share application. Anas, please be with me.
Yes, ma'am.
You accept the application. What will be the entry?
It will be share application debit to share capital.
Share application debit to share capital. Call for the allotment.
Uh, Share allotment debit to share capital. If security premium is there,
Share
then
allotment to share capital. Receive the
Yes.
allotment.
yes.
What is
Bank
the
debit to
entry to receive the allotment?
bank debit to share capital.
Share.
Share allotment. No,
Bank
not
debit
capital.
to share allotment. Anas,
Yes.
what is the entry to call for the first call?
Share first call to share capital.
Okay, if I tell you that in my first call, my premium is also there.
Share first call account debit to share capital account to securities premium.
Very good. Share first call debit to share capital to securities premium. Okay, fine. So So what is rule number 1? Whenever you call, you create the capital. So when you're calling the allotment money, you say allotment to capital. You receive, so you say bank and cancel allotment. When you're calling the first call, you say first call to capital. When you receive, bank to first call. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what are the stages? Can you please repeat again for me? Stages.
Stages.
Stages are
First you offer,
for
then what
application,
happens?
Offer application.
application.
Then
Accept
people
application.
apply. Then
Yes,
apply is also called subscribe.
yes.
Apply is also called what? Subscribe.
Subscribe.
After subscription, what happens? You allot.
Yes, a lot.
Okay. Then
Yes,
you call.
yes.
Okay.
Okay. If it is a full subscription, what do I mean by full subscription? Whatever you offer has been applied equal. I offered 10, people applied 10. I offered 20, people applied 20, full subscription. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So full subscription, no problem. Journal entries remain the same. If it is under subscription, then what happens? If it is under
We will reject.
subscription, then you have to see if the subscription is less than 90%, refund the entire application money. So I say bank debit application credit. If money is received is less than 90% of the shares are subscribed,
Refund.
and I refund, I will just reverse the entry. No problem. But now when sometimes you have cases of oversubscription. Oversubscription is that you have offered people 10 shares. People have applied for 20 shares. You have offered for 10, people applied for 20. So what do? I'll say people applied for 25, okay? One
Okay.
case is that you reject the application, you refund money for extra 15.
Okay.
That you can do. Or you can give pro rata. What is pro rata allotment? The line which tells pro rata allotment is that for every 10 shares subscribed, 2 is allotted. So if you subscribe for 10, you are going to get 2. Okay. If you subscribe for 20, you are going to get how many shares? 4.
4.
So depending upon that line, we talk about that. Or you can do a combination of pro rata and rejection. So when there is oversubscription, what you can do? You can reject some. Or you can say this line, which is called a pro rata allotment. For every XYZ applied, you are going to get XYZ. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. So when there is a pro rata allotment, so you're going to receive the application. What is the entry for receiving application? This remains the same for all cases. What is the entry for receiving application? Bank
Share
debit,
application.
application credit. I will make the
Yes.
notes and I will send you in a PPT so that you all can learn and give it. Bank debit, application credit. What is the journal entry to receive application?
Bank debit. Bank debit. Share application credit.
Application credit. Again,
Bank debit. Share application credit.
okay. In my case, I have issued 10 shares of 10 and people have applied for how many shares? 25 shares. Are you with me?
Yes.
Are you with me? This is my example. And application money is 2.
Okay.
Okay. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell me, Anas, how much will be bank debit?
वही अपना 25 into
You receive application from 25 people,
Yes.
okay? Multiplied by the face value application money, that is 2.
Yes.
So bank will be debit 50, application will be 50. Are you with
Yes.
me?
Yes.
But
Yes.
I cannot give 25 shares, can I?
No.
I can give
No.
how many shares? I can give
You
how
can give
many
10.
shares? I can give
10.
10 shares. So in the share capital, I can give only 10 shares.
Yes.
Into
Yeah.
how much? Into 2. So in share capital, you will have 20 and share application, you can have 20.
Yes.
So you receive the money, then you accept the applications. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
I received applications for 25 shares,
Okay.
but I
Yes.
accepted the application only for 10 shares.
Yes, ma'am.
So what I accepted is capital.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what
Yes.
is the excess money that I have received?
15.
Excess money 15. Sorry.
15 shares. So I have received excess money for how many shares? 15
15.
shares. How much rupees
Yes.
I have received?
15.
Rupees 2, that is the application money.
30.
Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
What I can do for this is I can either refund it
Or
or I
adjust
can
it later.
adjust it or I can adjust it later. But understand, under every circumstances, this 50 has to get cancelled. This 50 of application has to get cancelled. Are you with me?
Yes.
Are you with me, Anas?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So come on. I received application. I accepted the application. I received application for 20 shares. I accepted application for 10 shares. I have excess money for 15 shares. If I am refunding the money, what will be the journal entry?
Application to bank.
Refund. I'm refunding. Money is going out. So it would be bank credit. How much?
Bank credit
15. 30.
30. Share
30.
application debit 30. Now
30.
see properly, relate very properly, okay? Application was credited by 50.
Yes.
Yes.
After I finish allotment or finding the treatment of excess application, application is cancelled by full 50.
Yes.
Okay.
Credit is 50, so it has to be debited by full 50. 20 is for capital and 30 is for refund.
Yeah.
Think properly, I'm giving you time. Understand? You receive application for 50. You cannot give full 50.
Yes.
Okay? You can only allot 10 shares. So whatever you're giving as allotment, year 20 and remaining 30 has to be adjusted.
Yes.
Either
Okay.
I can refund or I can do adjustment. Now this I am telling again and again because this is the place where you get confused. So when you are adjusting against future money, when you're adjusting against future money, the journal entry will be share application debit. How much? How much? Excess received. How much is the excess that you have received? 15 shares pay into 2. That is 30. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Share allotment. 2 share allotment. 15 into whatever amount. Only this 30 should get cancelled. If this
Yes,
30
ma'am.
gets cancelled in allotment, there will be no calls in advance. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So when there is over subscription, first what happens?
First, we'll reject.
First, we
We can
receive
reject.
application money.
Sorry,
Over
receive.
subscription. First, what happens?
We'll receive application money.
Then
Then we
allot
can reject.
shares.
Allot shares.
Then find out the excess.
Yes.
Okay. Receive application money, allot the shares, find out the excess. Excess
Yeah.
can be refunded or
Yes.
excess can be adjusted.
Okay.
Excess can be refunded or excess can be adjusted. Under both the cases, share application should be debited.
Yes, sir.
Under both the cases, share application should be debited. If I am refunding, then bank credit. Both
Okay.
the cases, share application should be adjusted with the excess amount. If I am refunding, then bank credit. If I am not refunding, then share allotment credit. Okay. And if
Okay.
still some money is left, then calls in advance. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So write this question over subscription. One small test for you. You're receiving application. So I would say bank debit, share application credit.
Yes.
35 into 2, right?
Yes.
Why you are saying
70.
70?
We to wrote down 35 into 270.
Okay, fine. Now for this, we will find pass combined entry, okay?
Yes, sir. Share application to share capital.
Share application is
share allotment.
debited, 70.
Yes.
To share capital. How much will go to share capital?
5 into 35. No, 5 into 2. 10.
How much will go to refund?
20.
10 into 2, 20.
What will I write?
Bank.
20.
Bank account.
When I'm refunding, you write bank.
Yes.
Anas, balance to be adjusted for allotment. What will you write?
Yes. Share allotment.
For how many
Share
shares?
allotment.
Or wait, pending 40.
40.
Yeah, 40 rupees.
No, ma'am.
How many shares pending?
The share 25. 20. Sorry, 20.
Yeah, shares pending. 20. 20 into 2.
15 here, 20 into 2. That is 40. Okay, come on. What is meant by oversubscription?
Oversubscription.
What is meant by oversubscription?
When application is more than the issued share.
Unless even you are there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
The number of shares applied is more than the
Number of share issued.
number of shares offered.
Yes.
What is meant by undersubscription?
Applied is lesser than share issued.
Applied is less than offered or shared issued. Okay. What is meant by calls in arrears?
Calls in arrears is due.
So the shareholder has not paid the money.
Yes, it's due.
You have called for the money, but the shareholder has not paid it to you.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
What is meant by securities premium reserve?
Securities premium reserve. Hmm,
You answered right?
ये कब पढ़ा?
Yes.
32 we did. 32, 30.
What is meant by securities premium reserve?
Security premium reserve is the extra amount we received when allotment.
Then
While allotment.
allotment.
Yes, allotment.
When the
Receive.
company is giving share to his shareholders at more than the face value.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
When the company is offering shares to its shareholders at more than the face value, the extra amount that you receive over and above the face value is transferred to a reserve,
Okay.
which is called a security premium reserve. The extra amount that you receive more than the face value is transferred to a reserve, which is called securities premium reserve. What is meant by
Yes, ma'am.
calls in advance?
Received extra money.
When your shareholders pay you more money than what you
More
have
than.
asked for,
Yes.
when they pay you more money than what you have called for, that extra money is called calls in advance. And where is calls in advance shown? It is shown as a current liability. Come on, let's go to the next one. It is 32. Can you please read the question?
Annex Limited issued 100,000 shares of rupees 10 each at premium of 10% to a public for subscription.
Very good.
The
So can
whole
you tell me the number of shares issued?
1 lakh,
Okay. What is the face value?
10 rupees,
What is the premium?
10 percentage,
So it becomes how much?
1.
1.
One.
Okay. Everything is payable on?
The whole amount was payable on application.
That means the shares are issued in lump sum?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Application were received for 3 lakhs shares.
Okay, what
And
will
the
be the
board
journal entry to receive application?
bank account debtor to share application account.
What would be the amount?
3 lakhs into 11, 33 lakhs.
Very good. Okay. Then
Then board decided to allot the shares at shareholder pro rata basis.
to all
Then we will,
shareholders on pro rata basis.
yeah,
Okay. So what will be the journal entry? Share application has
Share.
to get reversed by entire 33 lakh. Yes?
yes,
Okay, fine.
Yes.
In share capital, how much will it go?
10 into 100,000, 10 lakh.
Sorry?
1 lakh into 10, 10 lakh.
Okay. 1 lakh into 10. How much will go in share premium?
1% into 1 lakh.
Into 1.
Yes.
Yes, which is 1 lakh.
Okay. So everyone is being allotted shares and they've not given us anything related to pro rata. What is the rata?
Yes.
So what will happen to the excess money?
Refunded.
Yeah,
Refund.
Refunded.
refund. How much will be refunded?
2 lakhs.
Into
11.
11. Very good. Now 38 and 40. Have you reached on 38?
Yes.
Okay, come on, tell me. This is the question I just need to fill in.
Yes, ma'am.
Can somebody read the question for me? It is a 2018 paper question.
Okay.
Come on. Read the question, somebody for me.
Uh, Navimran Limited issued 4 lakh equity share of 10 each at par.
How many
The
you issued?
4 lakh.
What is the face value of the shares?
10
You are issued at?
par.
Okay, read ahead.
The amount per share was payable as follows: 3 on application, 2 on allotment, 2 on first call, 3 on final call.
Okay, wait. On application, how much?
2,
Anas, allotment,
2,
first call,
3,
final call.
3.
Okay.
The issue was fully subscribed and the
What do you
share
mean by
were
fully subscribed?
uh, the, share issued, all the
What
share
you
issued were
issue is been
purchased.
taken away. Yeah, all
Yes,
shares issued have been taken away.
yes,
Okay, fine.
uh, yes,
All the calls were made. Can you
yes.
read ahead?
Mahi, a shareholder holding 6,000 share paid the final call money along with the first uh, call.
Okay. So this lady has paid the final call money. What is the final call money?
3,
First call, final call. Okay. So she has paid 3 along with the
yes.
first call. So calls in advance is how much?
Calls in advance is uh, 2, sorry, 3, 3.
Anas,
It's
how much
3.
is the calls in advance?
When calls in advance, it is wait 3.
3.
3. 3 for how
Yes.
many shares?
6,000, huh?
6,000.
So it will
So
be
it is
18,
rupees 3 for
18,000.
6,000 shares.
18,000.
And who
Yes.
has given us this calls in advance?
Mahi.
Mahi. Oh, Mahi,
Okay.
Mahi.
Mahi has given us this calls in advance.
Yes.
Okay. Then Shrey, who is holding 700 shares, did not pay the first call on the due date. So can you tell me calls in arrears is how much?
700 into
700.
3. Into
Calls in
3.
arrears is 700 into 3. This is happening during the first call.
Yes. Uh,
Okay.
2,100.
Okay. Shrey paid the first call along with the final call. Accountant has correctly passed the entries till the receipt of allotment money. After that, the following was incomplete. I have to complete the entries. Are you with me?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Bank is debit. Something else
Okay.
is debit. Equity share final call is credit and something else is credit.
Bank debit, calls in arrears.
Okay, see, up till allotment, everything was happening good.
Yes.
Okay, up till allotment, everything was happening good. But what happened is, when I did my first call, When I did my first call, I had one calls in arrears
Yes.
and I had one calls in advance. Are you with me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Anas, are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. They are saying that I have received money. Now, how much I have received, we will keep that on hold. Can you tell me what will be the amount that will go to the first call?
First call, it will go. Uh, 1 minute.
It
How
will
many
be
shares have I issued? How
Um,
many shares
12
have I
lakh.
issued?
4 lakh share were issued into
4
three
lakhs.
Anas,
first call.
Four
Anas,
lakhs. Yes, ma'am.
what is the first call money?
First call is 3.
Okay. So how much I should receive on my first call?
12 lakhs.
4 lakh shares into 3?
Yes.
Okay, how much?
12 lakhs.
So I should receive 12 lakh. Are you all with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So for 4 lakh shares into 3, I should receive 12 lakh.
Yes.
But somebody has paid me extra money.
Okay.
How much did I receive extra?
Extra.
700. 2100.
And
2100.
so I received for 6,000 shares. I have received 3 extra. This is
18,000.
18.
1800.
Okay. 18,000.
18,000, ma'am.
18,000 I have received extra. This extra is called what?
Calls in
Calls in
advance.
arrears. Advance.
Calls in advance, debit or credit?
Debit.
Debit.
See, I have received this.
So
I
it will be
should
credit.
receive, and this extra I have received.
Yeah. Should credit.
Calls in
Calls in
advance.
advance is
Credit.
always credit. Remember, if you don't understand, remember, calls in advance is something that you have received extra. If this is something that you have received extra, that means it is your liability. You have to refund it anytime for that purpose. So it's a liability, it will have a credit balance.
Okay.
And calls in arrears, that means you have not received, it is outstanding income. You can take it like that. So you have not yet received, you can take it as an outstanding income. It will have a debit balance. Money yet to be received. Are you with me?
Yes.
So calls in arrears debit, calls in advance. Anas, Yasir.
Credit. Credit.
Yes.
Oh my
Credit.
God.
Calls in arrears,
Credit. Sorry. Calls in arrears.
Debit.
Debit.
calls in advance,
Credit.
Credit.
calls in
Credit.
arrears,
Debit.
Debit.
calls in advance.
Credit.
Credit.
So how much is the calls in advance?
Advance.
18,000.
18,000.
So your calls in advance is for 6,000 shares into how much? 3.
Okay.
18,000. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay. You should receive for 400,000 shares.
Okay.
Yes.
You received extra for 6,000 shares.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Now what you have not received?
Uh, not received is.
I think you have done mistake here. And the first call is not 3 rupees, it's 2 rupees. So it will be 4 lakh into 2, 8 lakh.
2 on first call and 3 on final call.
Yeah. Should be 4 lakh
Okay.
into 2, 8 lakhs.
Okay. Thank you so much. 4 lakh into 2, 8 lakh. Extra receipt 6 lakh into 2, 12,000.
Okay.
Come on, can you tell me what is not received?
Which is not received is
700
share
shares.
700 shares.
Okay.
700 into 2, 1400. 1400.
1,400. What is this?
Calls in arrears.
Calls in arrears
Calls in
will have
arrears.
which balance?
Debit.
Debit balance.
How much? Okay.
1400.
Now,
Yes.
can you find the bank, what you have received as balancing figure?
Yes, ma'am.
So 12 lakh 18,000.
No, it's 8 lakh.
8 lakh
Yes.
18,000.
8 lakh 16,000.
Sorry,
8
No, I
lakh
got the answer.
16,000.
600.
8
600.
lakh 12,000. 8 lakh 12,000 minus 1,400.
Okay.
Is this the amount?
No, it's 8 lakh 16,600.
So what is the error that we have done?
It's
600 into 6,000 into 2.
2.
So this is
It's
12,000.
18.
And 700 into 2. 1,400.
No, calls in advance is including of second call, right? So it will be 3.
Yeah. Second call is 3. So it will be 18. It's
It's
Yeah.
including of first and final call.
So 18,000 minus 1,400. How much?
no, 1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute.
18 then.
18. 6 into 3, 18 lakhs.
8 lakh 18,000 minus 1,400.
Yeah,
0,
it's
0,
8.
Yes, ma'am,
7,
it's 18.
10, 6, 6, 8, 16,
Yes.
600.
Yes.
600.
8, 16, 600.
Okay. Now, how much you will make your second call for?
1200,000.
Second
12
call.
lakhs.
You will call for the full amount of shares. What is your issue? 4 lakh
Yeah.
shares.
Yes.
Into 3.
Final call is for how much?
3
3.
rupees.
So your final call will be for
12
12
lakhs.
lakh. So you're calling for 12 lakh, and when you call, you will create the capital.
Yes.
Are you
Okay.
with me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now this entry, again the crucial part. Bank debit, dash debit to equity share capital to dash.
So it will be bank debit, calls in arrears debit,
1 minute,
equity.
wait. Yeah, wait. Let's talk about directly, okay? Equity share second call will be credited by how much?
It will be credited by
Full.
12
We
lakh.
have to cancel
12
the
lakh.
call, right?
Yeah.
So this will be credited by 12 lakh.
Okay.
Now it is the very crucial part that you have to understand. 6,000 shareholders have paid you 3 in advance.
Yeah. 12.
So they have these calls in advance over here.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
They have these calls in advance over here. These calls in advance, they have paid for the second call.
Okay.
Now, when I have done the second call, that means this advance is no longer an advance.
Yes.
Unless understand clearly, they have paid me advance over here
Yes.
for the second call.
Okay.
Now, when I have done the calls, when I have done the second call, This advance will no longer be an advance.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So this advance has to get cancelled.
Yes.
So
Cancel.
this advance has to get cancelled. So this is credit.
Okay.
So to cancel it, I will do what?
Debit.
Debit.
Calls in advance debit.
Yes. In call scenarios will be
1 minute, wait. I have cancelled this. So this is done. Yes?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now let's talk about this. 701 did not pay me the first call. Yes?
Yes.
And she paid the first call along with the final call. That means when I made this final call, this
Yeah.
calls in arrears is no longer there
Okay.
because they've already paid me.
Yes.
Anas, when
Yes,
I
ma'am.
did the second call, this calls in arrears is no longer there because they've already paid it to me. So I have to cancel this.
Yes, ma'am.
This is already paid to me.
Yes, ma'am.
So since this is already paid to me during second call, I have to cancel this. So I will
Yeah.
do 2 calls in arrears. I will cancel this.
Okay.
1400.
Okay.
So can I find how much I receive as balancing figure? It's
Yes.
12 lakh.
12 lakh 1,400
12 lakh 1400.
Yes.
minus 18,000.
1183 400.
Okay.
Take your time and do this sum all by yourself again.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
If you do it
Yes.
yourself, canceling, calculating, you will make a base for yourself.
क्या लिखा हुआ है इधर?
Say, because of favorable market position, the issue was oversubscribed and applicants,
Yes.
we have received 15,000 applications. So 15 lakh. So what did we offer? We offered 5 lakh shares. We received application for 15 lakh shares. What we offered is less than what we received. Suggest the board of directors what alternatives is available to them for excess application received. So this is clearly a case of oversubscription. They can fully reject.
Yes.
Okay. They can do pro rata allocation or adjust excess application towards allotment.
Okay.
Partly reject, partly adjust also. So you should just know about it. Are you with me?
Yes.
Last thing for the day and then we stop. Okay.
Okay.
They sometimes give you all the information and they ask you to make format and fill the format.